remember my first time being in a classroom, entering my life for the next 13 years. I was only 4 at the time, but I recall the excitement and the hope. I was curious about school because I wanted to learn, and I think we can all agree that that's the way school should be. But as years went by and I got older, that spark went away. What was once the best part of my day eventually became the part that I dreaded the most. The reason for this dramatic change is not so hard to pinpoint. The stress, the homework, the tests, and the lack of sleep. I'm Mead, a 15-year-old student in an American public school, wondering if there's a different way to educate our youth. One place that is already leaps and bounds ahead of us is Finland. Finland has proven success with their current system. Better teachers, personalized learning, and a different student lifestyle. There are around 56.6 million other students, just like me, attending school in the US. We're all facing the same problems and begging for changes, but students in Finland no longer share our struggles. Beginning in the 1950s and 60s, Finland went through an economic depression and needed something to change. Their solution was an educational reform. Their parliament in 1963 made the decision to completely change their education system in order to improve their economic status, and it certainly proved to be a successful choice. So their plan followed through and they achieved their goals financially, but they also realized something. Their schools were climbing the charts. An article in Smithsonian Magazine reports that by 2006, Finland was first out of 57 countries and a few cities in science, and was also among the elite in all other subjects. As a result, they are now regarded as one of the best countries in the world when it comes to education. How are they able to maintain this? Well, the government changes the system based on how effective it is. No politics, just facts and data, and that's how you get things done. Another key difference also has to do with the teachers. Now, I'm not saying anything about any particular teachers, but the teacher certification standards are a lot higher. In fact, the professionals are selected from the top 10% of the nation's graduates to earn a required master's degree in education. This means that Finland's teachers are the best and the brightest that the country has to offer, and this alters the school's atmosphere. William Doyle from the Heckinger Report acknowledges that teaching is one of the most valued and respected careers next to doctors. Unlike in the US, where teaching is a low-paying and disrespected career, Finland has removed the stigma and instead made it an admired one. As a result of this, the teachers care more about what they do and encourage a positive attitude toward learning, and this reflects onto the students. In addition, the personalized learning in schools also makes an extraordinary difference in the students' lives. For instance, almost a third of kids in Finnish school get individual help during their first 9 years there. Unlike in the United States, there is no negative association with getting help. It is solely for additional explanation and face-to-face instruction. Teachers form bonds with their kids and adopt teaching methods to accommodate the individual's needs. Learning is a completely different process there. Similarly, there are no national tests for pupils in basic education in Finland, and the reason is quite simple. Bubbling in an answer on a multiple-choice test does not demonstrate intelligence. Standardized tests are exactly that, standard. Every single mind is different, needs different things, learns a different way, so why do we act as if everyone is the same? Finally, student lifestyle is dramatically different when it comes to free time and scheduling. As it turns out, students in Finland have the least amount of homework than any other student in the world, according to the OECD, with no more than 30 minutes a night. This gives time for growing children and teens to spend their free time doing what really matters, spending time with loved ones and exploring interests and hobbies. Along the same lines, elementary children are required by law to have 15 minutes of play for every 45 minutes of class time. And this has been shown to improve attention spans and boost the kids' energy levels during instructional time. The benefits stem from having more free time, not from constant instruction. Moreover, I believe that a similar system should be put into effect in high schools as well. Instead of taking 1 hour-long break during the day, which doesn't usually happen due to clubs and academic obligations, students should get short breaks periodically throughout the day. A second great lifestyle difference includes the start times implemented in schools. Sleep deprivation has become another large issue in the U.S. Oh, but don't worry, teens are always just grumpy and lazy, right? Wrong! All the traits we associate with teenagers, including moodiness and anxiety, are usually caused by lack of sleep. How can they be excited and ready to learn when they have to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning after staying up all night doing their homework? The solution is simple and has already been put into Finland's system. Students in Finland usually start school anywhere from 9 to 9:45 a.m. This gives their students the opportunity to rest, which in turn boosts their academic performance. All in all, there's an extravagant amount of things that America needs to change with their current system, from teachers to the entire student lifestyle. We need to learn from exemplary systems because American test scores and academic standings have only declined, while the depression rates and anxiety among teens have risen. If we continue along this path, our future generations won't stand a chance. Instead, why don't we learn from Finland and adopt these customs that will greatly improve the education in the U.S. and have a positive, lasting effect on our nation's youth? It's time for a change. Thank you.